then, I guess, instead, since we're here and you hit record.
Let's talk about movies.
That sounds like a plan. Let's talk about a new movie, actually.
What movie you have in mind?
Um, hmm. Let me think. Something by the seaside, with boats and hooks.
Nice legacy sequel or legacy movie?
Yeah. You know what? I think you're cooking right now. Does this one have crabs?
It does have crabs.
Hell
We
yeah.
love crabs.
Okay. That's brilliant.
We love the crabs in the ocean. Let's not get off onto a tangent so soon.
Oh, in the trunk of a car, as happens in the original movie, which we're not here to talk about. Although, now that I think about it, should we talk about the original movie? Or should we just go straight in with the reboot slash legacy sequel?
I think we're going to have conversations about the original movie because of all the callbacks.
Like, I love a bit of nostalgia. I mean, there's a quote in this movie saying nostalgia is overrated. I don't agree. I enjoy nostalgia. Nostalgia bait me. Please.
So, what movie did we see this weekend?
We saw I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025.
2025, a very important distinction.
Not 1997. That's a different movie, guys. Trust. It's I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's the movie. And it's a good movie. Can we say that already? Can we say that we enjoyed it?
I thought it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. I would just like to take a moment right now to say that if you have not seen it, you might not want to continue listening to this episode because we will be getting into major spoilers.
Yeah, we're going to try and discuss as much as we can without padding out the episode too much. We'll hit all the good stuff.
Let's get to it. We start with the opening credits, which I loved because it was a callback to the original, hit the nostalgia factor right out the gate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we open on Ava, who is returning home for a friend's engagement party. Ava's best friend, Danica, is getting married. Danica is engaged to Teddy, who is the son of a local real estate developer who gentrified, or what's the word that Tyler uses?
Gentrifislaytion.
Gentrifislaytion.
Yeah.
Anyways, Teddy's dad completely gentrified Southport after the 1997 massacre left the town in somewhat of a state of ruin. So Teddy's dad came in and saved the economy in Southport. That's what we're...
Yeah, he's the hero of this movie when you think about it. That's the GOAT.
The engagement party seems to be a reunion of this group of friends that went to Southport High together. We have Ava's ex-boyfriend, Milo, and there's apparently some sexual tension there. I just want to take this moment to say I immediately love Danica. Yes. Immediately.
Same.
I don't like comparing characters, but I think it's very clear that Danica is supposed to be this version's Helen, and Ava is supposed to be this version's Julie.
Yeah, for sure. And Danica's also Croaker Queen.
She has Helen's aura, and that's probably why I love her so much.
While also being her own individual character. She's not a direct replica of Helen. She's got her own stuff going on, which is pretty cool.
It's not an outright copy.
Which is the same for Ava. She's not a carbon copy of Julie either. Very different.
You get hints of it, like after the accident, Ava's really the one that felt the most guilt, which is reminiscent of Julie.
We're at this engagement party where they're celebrating and drinking and pulling out a blunt. Is it a blunt? You're the drug expert here, not me.
Wow, okay.
No shade. It's a plant.
It is a plant. And can we just say I'm the weed expert?
We cannot.
Wow, okay. Yes. So somebody pulls out a joint, and this group of friends decides to go driving up the treacherous road that saw the accident in the original movie.
Because what the hell else would you do?
Well, because apparently this is the best view of the 4th of July fireworks.
Yeah, they do get a nice view as well, so that part is confirmed.
Yeah, but when they're on the road, they're talking about how many accidents happen up there.
Yeah, like the decision-making process isn't good, and it only gets worse when they get up there.
So Ava, her ex-boyfriend, Danica, and her fiancé, Teddy, decide to go smoke a joint, and they invite Stevie, a former friend of theirs from high school. We don't get much backstory. All we know is that Stevie feels like they ghosted her after high school.
Yeah, she's alienated.
Yeah, she hasn't heard from them, but they invite her and she accepts.
Great idea.
I'm sure that the four friends would probably go back and do things a little bit differently, knowing the outcome.
Especially Teddy, who's the idiot of this story.
He's like a lovable idiot to me.
Okay, to you, yeah, I didn't like him. You can have him.
They park on this particularly dangerous area of the road, which is like right past this sharp curve. There's a lot of stupid decisions being made here. And Teddy decides to behave like a jackass by standing in the middle of the road. Maybe he is just an idiot.
Yeah, that's my viewing. A car's headed towards them around this corner, and he ain't moving.
But luckily, Milo thinks fast and gets Teddy out of the way just in time. And we think all is well. But at the same time, we're waiting because we know that this is the setup for the accident scene.
Yeah, we know they're going to hit a boot eventually.
And where's the foot, right?
Exactly, you get it.
Exactly. And then Teddy is celebrating when another car comes speeding by and swerves
Yeah.
very sharply to avoid him and ends up crashing the guardrail.
Yeah, because he's celebrating in the same spot where he almost got hit by a car.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird setup, right?
Genius. Like, hell yeah, let's fucking celebrate in the middle of the road again. But they dodge again, so who's really laughing? Teddy.
The comparison between this movie and the original movie, it was an accident. Barry spills a bottle of liquor while Ray's driving. Everybody kind of looks away from the road for a second, rightfully so. The first movie feels like an accident. The accident scene in this movie is probably one of the scenes that I didn't love as much because it didn't feel like an accident. It felt like stupidity.
Yeah. Teddy goes full idiot in this scene. Twice.
You kind of feel in the original movie like Julie and her friends are being stalked, but maybe they don't deserve it completely. You feel like the kids in this movie deserve it a little bit more.
I mean, they're the cause of what happens. They try and intervene, they harness all their strength and try and hold on to this car, but it eventually plummets down, and that's what they did last summer.
The whole accident scene didn't land for me. It felt kind of lame. I have to give the director credit. There's not many options, I guess, especially when your backdrop is a small town. I feel like she tried to change as many elements as she could without making it a carbon copy of the original.
Yeah, I agree. There's only so much that can be done. You can't really final destination this. So, I mean, it's a setup. It's not the best setup, but it gets things going at least.
And it felt less like an accident and more like stupid, rich, privileged kids doing stupid, rich, privileged stuff they fucked around and found out.
Exactly.
Ultimately, Milo then calls the cops and they flee the scene with Teddy telling the group that he is taking them to the police station. But we learn that that's not true because he's driving them back to his house. When Ava protests, Teddy assures her that his dad is taking care of everything.
Yeah. He takes care of business. So it's all good.
So that they can't be linked to this accident, if we want to call it that.
So they're home free and all's well that ends well, and that's the movie over. That's a good 20-minute podcast we had right here.
It's a short episode today.
It's going to happen, you know?
It is. But alas, no, it's not the end.
Because that was what happened last summer. So we skipped forward a year.
Ava meets Tyler on the plane back to Southport, and they decide to have a hookup in the airport bathroom. I love a final girl who has sex. I'm here for it. I know the rules, but the rules need to change. And this is a rule change that I love.
We can play with the rules. Yeah, I like the fact that she has that aspect of her character, her personality, that she's a sexual character.
And she's not overtly sexual. It's a different kind of final girl. It's the kind of final girl that I want to see more of.
Yeah.
Tyler overhears that Ava has a ride into Southport and asks if she can tag along because she is heading to Southport. And that's when we learn that Tyler is a podcaster. She has a podcast called Live, Laugh, Slaughter.
Good name.
She is obsessed with the 1997 Southport massacre. And that is why she's going to Southport to do some research for her podcast, like one does.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we've been doing. Traveling far and wide for this movie podcast.
We recorded the Jaws episode from the water. Nobody knows
true.
this.
We both left our house this week.
We deserve a treat.
You're right. I'm going to order pizza.
Not yet. We're not done.
Okay, I'll wait.
Tyler hitches a ride into Southport with Ava and Milo and casually offers to insert herself into the middle of their sexual tension, a scene I loved.
Hell yeah. Free some time. Let's go. Imagine what a start this movie would have had. 2 sex scenes already. And a death. That's what you want from a horror movie. But they don't go for it.
I think Milo has like a little bit of a grin on his face.
I would have smiled a little. Shoot my girlfriend a little look. What do you think?
Oh my God. I know she would think no.
Wow.
Mrs. Evil doesn't play like that.
Not as yet.
I'm manifesting good things for you.
Wow, there's a first time for everything. Like usually you're my biggest hater, my biggest op, but
That's not true.
now
Stop
you
putting
wish it
that
the
out there.
best.
They they arrive at the engagement party and we learn that Danica is now engaged to Wyatt and that he is an alcoholic.
Hell yeah. Drink straight from the bottle.
He's an alcoholic, but he's still better than Teddy, who, after the accident last summer, spiraled and ghosted Danica 1 month before their wedding.
Yeah. Could never be me. He fumbled a bit, and now this guy swooped in.
I feel like Wyatt is also a downgrade. Who is this guy? He's so wet to me.
And floppy haired.
I'm not feeling Wyatt.
I'm feeling him either, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that, but it's just such a random transition of like, oh, okay, fiance number 2. I wasn't expecting that. So like story-wise, that was a nice little curveball.
Yeah. Neat little twist already.
We learned that Ava and Danica have not spoken in a year and that Danica has gotten very close to Stevie.
Friend switch.
Southport is where friendships go to die.
Hell yeah. Where people go to get married.
Danica is opening her gifts, and then we get that piece of iconography that is so tied to this franchise.
The note. What does the note say?
It says, I know what you did last summer.
That's the name of the movie. Oh my god, I love when that happens.
And then Danica has this daydream where she's sitting on a blanket with her boyfriend and he's trying to get a hot dog in her mouth. Wait, that's not this movie, is it?
Yeah. I think that happens somewhere else. You lost me there for a second. That happens in Scary Movie.
Oh, okay. We got our wires crossed. Sorry.
Yeah. I didn't instantly click to what you were doing then. You started talking about daydream. I was like, what? Was I not paying attention?
It was when I said hot dog that you clued in, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, exactly.
I knew it.
That was the giveaway.
She assumes that the note is from Teddy.
Because fuck Teddy.
Apparently, Teddy has not been very kind to her since their separation. Teddy is now a drunk, which we learn when the group, minus Danica, goes to visit him on his boat to inquire about the note. And he drunkenly tells them to leave.
Yeah, been there.
Drunk on a boat?
Drunk, telling people to leave. I've done it all.
You're a maverick.
Yeah. I'll tell you another time about the guy I hit.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing? Go ahead.
All right. Later that night, Danica is at home. She's taking a bath with headphones on. Headphones are a requirement.
Yeah, she has a little bath bomb in there as well. Nice red bath bomb. Nice blood bath. She's having this nice relaxing bath while her husband is downstairs drinking straight from the bottle.
And then we get the icon himself. The
When the pool
icon
lights go on.
themselves. Herself. Anyways, that is a conversation for later.
They said.
But I mean, look, one of the killers is male and the other is female.
Oh, we're saying
don't
that
want-
now.
Whatever. Spoilers. Okay. Do we want to do the unpacking of like who did what kill? So all I will say is we finally get our fisherman. He shoots Wyatt with a harpoon and he's reeling him in slowly. Then he steps out of the shadows and we get the full body shot of the fisherman.
Peak.
And then he puts down the harpoon gun and he pulls out the hook. And R.I.P. Wyatt. Or not. I didn't really care enough about Wyatt.
He offers access to his crypto wallet in exchange for his survival, but fisherman, he doesn't roll that way. He's a classic killer. No crypto for him.
I feel like him offering his crypto wallet to the killer is the same level of douchebaggery as somebody who would ask Grok for help in his dying moments.
Jamie didn't have his phone open. He could have asked Grok for some advice. What do I do in this situation? You know the answer wouldn't be helpful. It's over for him.
It's over, and then Danica comes down feeling super relaxed after her bath.
Yeah, she reaches maximum zen up there while her fiance is being slashed to pieces. Good for her.
She comes downstairs and finds Wyatt's body
Skewered.
posed in the living room, and there's a message written on the fireplace in blood. We love messages written in blood. That is
Classic.
peak.
Like an urban legend. Remember that one? Poor Danielle Harris.
Like in Urban Legends, like in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer,
With Jeffrey Combs.
My King.
Dead king in that movie, I'm afraid.
It's fine.
But yeah, the message says, you can't erase the past.
I thought that was just going to open the door for a lot of callbacks. There were a lot of member berries. We love member berries.
Remember Ray? Remember Julie?
Member Barry?
Remember Ben's son?
Oh, fuck off.
Remember
I
Rio de Janeiro?
don't. Brasilia. Oh my
That guy
god.
just kept that to himself.
I love how that movie's entire plot was dependent on an entire generation of kids just sucking at geography.
I know, right?
They won't figure it out.
They're not like this old man who does
Nope.
figure it out immediately, but wastes his time doing voodoo instead. But anyway, there's no voodoo in this movie.
No, we're back in 2025. All the friends have gathered
At the police station, right?
at the police station after Wyatt's death. And that's when we learn that the victim of the accident that they caused, you can't see the air quotes I'm using when I say accident, but I am using them. But that's when we learn that the victim of their accident was Sam Cooper, and that all of them did their own research after the accident.
And they probably didn't use Grok.
Nope. And that's when they decide to investigate.
Scooby Gang go.
Scooby Gang moment. That's when Ava decides it's time to call her airport hookup.
Oh yeah.
She figures Tyler can help her figure out who's doing this, why they're doing this. I'm not exactly sure how a podcaster who is obsessed with an almost 30-year-old massacre is going to be of much help.
And she isn't.
And she isn't. That's true.
Kind of annoying though.
Wait, which one? Ava or Tyler?
Tyler. I like Ava.
I like Tyler.
Okay. She was a little much for me.
I mean, she wasn't in the movie for very long.
Yeah.
I was a little bit disappointed that she died so early.
Yeah. These women with their podcasts, they're a different breed. Anyway, go ahead, Marianne.
I'm ignoring that. I'm choosing to ignore that. Anyways, Tyler takes Ava to a restaurant called Bayside. And I can't speak for you, but the second we go inside, I knew exactly where they were. Even before Teddy opened her mouth to say, this was the scene of one of the iconic deaths from the 1997 massacre. They walked in and I was like, that is Shivers. And I don't know why I thought that, because,
you know your stuff.
well, they didn't film in the same location. So it wasn't Shivers. And you don't see the Shivers sign until the end of this scene. I don't know why. I felt it in my heart. And they're in the former Shivers department store. At the beginning of the movie, not at the beginning, but previously, they show like a few news articles relating to the original massacre. And one of those news articles said Shivers department store closes its doors.
R.I.P.
She's going through all the lore of the massacre, and this is when we learn that Tyler is a big Helen Shivers stan. She reveals her merch. She's
Great
wearing a
taste.
shirt that she makes herself. She sells them on Etsy.
Hell yeah.
Great taste.
Yeah, it's a great shirt. Respect. She says, oh god, wasn't she so hot? It sucks she's dead.
Pretty much
Which,
sums up how the entire fandom feels about Helen.
yeah, like, that's just a neat encapsulation of all of our collective feelings about Helen Shivers. R.I.P. Croaker Queen.
We love her so much. The fisherman then attacks Ava and Tyler inside this restaurant. And we get a really nice callback to the original movie when Tyler finds, not again, it's not the same location, so it's not the same one, but she finds the elevator. This actually might be a dumbwaiter. It's not a modern elevator. It's that thing that I know you guys call it a lift.
We love a
I,
lift.
I feel like it might be a dumbwaiter. I don't know
We'll
what
go
the
with that.
yeah.
But she finds it. That's the
She
point.
yes, she finds the dumbwaiter, the same dumbwaiter that Helen used in her fight scene in the original movie, and she has to pull herself up to the second floor using a rope, and the killer's swiping at her the same way he was swiping at Helen. I really enjoyed that moment.
Yeah, it's good.
It was a nice homage, but ultimately Tyler meets her fate,
Because
and
she's not got very good survival instincts, unfortunately. Like
she doesn't.
her escape attempts are pretty weak. It's not quite. She doesn't reach the point that Helen Shivers did, where she could have kept running and gotten away. It was never on the
Exactly.
cards for Tyler here. She was just poor at this.
And the juxtaposition of her being so bad at survival while Ava's downstairs locked in a cage, and she's
Yeah,
just furiously removing these screws so that she can get herself out. Like, you
yeah.
have the people that in horror movies that are very resourceful and very like, okay, I need to get out of this. And then you have the people that are just like, no, please don't kill me.
I want to be in the sequel.
Exactly. You get it.
Yes, but Ava's down there matlocking it while Tyler's just sort of
Dying.
limping towards death.
Yes. R.I.P. Tyler.
Yeah, she's really good at making noise and staying in the danger zone, but actually surviving is beyond her, and the fisherman gets her.
He does. But just as she dies, she unmasks him. She takes his hat off. And
You.
all we see is her, a close up on her face as she says, "You?" Very shocked. Which, that moment in the theater, I was very excited. It just got me so excited for the killer reveal.
Yeah,
And at the same time, it got my brain working. And I'm like, it's somebody she knows.
yeah, and in hindsight, I think I can guess who killed her. Should we get into it? We'll get into that later, maybe? Or should we avoid that? Do we care who
Well,
killed her?
in this case, I care because it's somebody that Tyler recognizes. And it's a shocking reveal to her. And I was scanning my brain and I'm like, okay, well, the only people that she knows from Southport are Ava and Milo.
It can't be Ava unless she's teleporting and bending time.
No, but it could be Ava if she had an accomplice, hypothetically. But no, it's not. So my brain automatically went to Milo in that moment. But now that we know who the killer is, it makes sense. She's obsessed with the 1997 massacre. She's familiar with all the players. She knows all the faces.
But she doesn't get to tell anyone else because he hooks her, kills her, and her body drops down Omen style, just as Ava and Stevie, like, I guess, move into that vicinity. Like, the timing's great.
She texted her friend group, gave them her location, and said that Tyler was freaking her out. So just as Tyler is getting killed, Stevie shows up. Ava gets out of the restaurant when Tyler's body drops down in front of them, Omen style, as you said.
And from there, it's time for Julie to get in on the action after 28 years. No, it would be 27 years actually because of the sequel. Is my math right? I think so.
I'll say yes. I
We'll
don't want to
check it
do
later.
math right. I don't want to do math right now.
We'll check.
But you're good.
I
I,
gave two
I
answers there. One of them's correct because they've discovered from Tyler's research that Julia teaches at school, and that's where they head to next. Come up behind her, and they're like, Julie.
Julie James makes her big comeback to the franchise. We learn that she is a professor at a university. She's talking about trauma, which is obviously appropriate.
It's modern horror movies for you. They love their trauma.
They do. And while I don't love movies that hyper focus on it, I do think it's something that needs to be talked about, especially with returning final girls.
Yeah, it's
Like,
relevant.
I don't mind the happy ending. Like, give them a happy ending, but let's not pretend that they walked away and just kind of dusted themselves off and went on with their lives. Because that's not realistic either.
Of course.
Ava goes to Julie and tells her what's happening to her. And while Julie initially tries to brush her off, she then sees the similarities between the two incidents.
What did you do last summer?
She has only one question for Ava, and that's exactly it.
What did
What
you do
did you
last
do
summer?
last summer? And then we get
The town meeting.
the town meeting, which has been called by Teddy's corrupt father. His name is Grant, by the way. He's the villain.
He's a douchebag at least.
He has organized a town meeting to deal with Tyler's murder because part of the gentrification plan in Southport was to completely bury any and all information about the original massacre in 1997.
Never happened.
So they hold a town meeting, and the chief of police, who is in bed with Teddy's dad,
Yeah, he's just a lackey, really, isn't he?
he is. He announces that Tyler's death is being treated as a suicide, effectively covering up the murder, so as not to scare the tourists because tourist season is upon them.
Similar to Jaws in many ways,
Yeah, a lot of parallels, and
both in
and
setting
small
and in action.
small town too, right?
Is this the theme of our podcast already?
Small town podcast.
Small town horror.
We love it. I love a small town horror movie. That
Totally.
needs to be a subgenre.
I'm sure there's a list on Letterboxd. I'll let you look.
I'll do that a little bit later
Okay.
because
For now, we'll talk about a movie.
we're in the middle of our town meeting and Ray Bronson arrives.
Oh yeah, gate crashes. He's here to call BS.
Yep, and he's got a very dark energy about him. Not in a bad way, although that's more to unpack later. But insists something sinister is happening in the town of Southport and publicly shames the chief of police and Teddy's father for effectively covering up this massacre and erasing what happened to him and his friends.
Hell yeah, Ray. Get him again.
I think I said that actually in the theater.
Stick it to those douchebags.
When we get to Julie's place, she's invited Ava over. And Ava spots a picture on her shelf. It's a picture of Julie and Helen and Barry. And if you've seen the original movie, this picture will be very familiar to you. So we all know that Ray is also in that picture. It's a picture of the four of them, except you can tell that she's ripped him out of the picture at the very top, like I think it's the right corner of the frame. See, I don't remember people's names, but I remember stupid shit like this. In the
No, I
top
get
right
it.
side of the frame, you can see there's like a little rip. Right away, I was like, okay, there's history. There's something there with her and Ray. There's something going on. Why is he not in the picture? And at this point, we don't know what their life was together. We know he proposed at the end of I Still Know.
We do know that they got married,
We do.
but it's confirmed later. Do you
It's
wanna
confirmed later.
save that for later?
No, it does get confirmed.
He did lock in a little bit for a while at least, but then eventually, I guess they had a Gail Dewey moment
Exactly.
and split up.
Julie asks Ava why she's going through her stuff, somewhat passive aggressively. I'm sorry, nosy people in horror movies need to be called out. Stop touching other people's shit. Stop looking through other people's shit.
Don't read that book, Eric.
Exactly. People who mind their business usually do okay.
Yeah, like stay out of that house of wax.
But
Just keep driving.
Julie offers Ava some advice. She tells Ava that she can't run because a
Me
killer
neither.
like this, well, we know that, but this is different. She can't run from this killer because this is personal, and whoever this is will follow her. So she needs to confront this person and deal with it.
Gotta beat his ass.
Pretty much. After leaving Julie's, Ava meets up with her friends and they decide to do some further investigating. And that's when they learn that the truck from the accident belongs to Pastor Judah at Southport Trinity Church. His full name is Pastor Judah Gillespie, which I want to say is a nod to the original director, Jim Gillespie.
Yeah, it probably is. That makes sense.
They realize that Sam Cooper, the victim from that night, was not driving his own car.
Stolen.
No, it wasn't stolen. It was borrowed. They were friends.
Okay, I'm slandering him.
That's okay.
He's dead and I'm slandering him.
Cancelled. You're cancelled.
Me speaking ill of the dead. It's over.
Later that night, we're back at Julie's, and her home security system is going haywire. It's connected to her phone. There's somebody at her front door. She looks at her camera and then she rolls her eyes. And then we see that it is in fact Ray who is at her front door.
And we get a great line out of this. I thought someone was coming to murder me. This is worse. That's what happens when your ex shows up.
You know what? That is relatable as fuck. I think I'd rather somebody show up at my door with a knife than see my ex. So
Yeah.
that's fair.
It's someone trying to kill me versus her.
Ray has come over to check on Julie in light of recent events. They hate each other.
Yeah, and he shits on her advice as well.
He tells her the advice that she gave Ava was out of line. She told a kid to go and confront a psychopathic killer, which,
Yeah, imagine doing that.
but he's not wrong. She confronted her attacker, but it ended well for her. And I think that's Ray's point, is that she survived and that she might have just been sending Ava off to her death.
Yeah, it's not necessarily going to end well for her.
The town basically collectively deciding to ignore the original massacre leads to a situation where Ava and her friends can't go to the police.
Because they're dodgy.
The police don't care, so going to the cops doesn't get you anywhere. And as Julie states, Southport Police Department is still number one in gaslighting, which,
Cooks them a
true,
bit.
because
Well, yeah,
that's
they're
what
trying to sell an obvious murder as a suicide.
they are. And there
Saying
was
that
some
they're
gaslighting
unrelated.
in the first movie. That scene where Helen was in the back of the police car. That was some major gaslighting. Anyways, Ray and Julie are divorced and they hate each other, and that's really all you need to know at this point.
Yeah.
I thought this movie was being set up because you see a lot of that, especially with legacy sequels. You see main character couples that are not together anymore, but then the purpose of the legacy sequel is to bring them back together. So I thought that this is where they were going. Like at this point, seeing them hating on each other, I was like, okay, he's going to save her life at the end and they're going to make up and get back together.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
expectation. But they
spoiler
subvert it
alert,
a little bit.
that is not the case.
Different things happen.
Different things happen. Equally interesting things, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
But we'll
agree.
get to that. Then Danica and Teddy go to the cemetery, and we get that heavy moment where we see Elsa, Barry, and Helen's gravestones. They're there to
Yeah.
see Sam Cooper's grave, but they take a little detour, and Danica is drawn to Helen's grave, picks up the little picture, and I just love seeing that the town of Southport loves our queen, our Croaker queen, as much as the viewers do.
Oh, yeah.
We don't see that kind of love on Barry or Elsa's graves.
No, Helen's special. It's a little odd, but that's just the way it is. Helen's supremacy, you know. And Danica's delighted to see the Croaker Queen outfit. She's like, oh my god, she's just like me for real.
They find Sam Cooper's grave and they see fresh flowers laid on the grave, which they find suspicious. So they ask the groundskeeper to look at security footage to see who's left those flowers. But
Doesn't work
before he
out.
can help them, the fisherman gets him.
Yeah, he kind of leans in to have a look at the cameras, and just as he does that, the fisherman comes in from behind and does away with him.
R.I.P. groundskeeper.
We hardly knew you. You were there for like 30 seconds. But you got a decent death. Sprayed your blood everywhere.
I
You made
love
an
that.
impact.
I love blood spatter on a television.
Yeah, it's a great visual.
It is.
Spraying across in one big thick line. Love to see it. Yeah.
He's dead. He can't help them. And that's when Danica is attacked. Because at this point, Danica and Teddy have split up. The critical thinking is off the charts.
It's a
I
horror
mean,
movie, isn't it? You've got to split up. Yeah.
both of them are very aware that somebody is stalking them, watching them, out to get them. So to split up, knowing that, the level of stupidity for me is a little bit off the charts.
In a graveyard as well. What's the reasoning here?
To be fair, Teddy, when he left her, he did leave her next to two guys who were drinking at somebody's grave.
Safe.
Predictably, they got up and left shortly after. When Teddy decides to go looking for the groundskeeper because he's taking too long, the fisherman appears and we get Danica's chase scene. It's decent, but nothing this franchise could ever do. And I don't mean this as an insult, but you're
No.
never going to top the Helen Shivers chase scene and death scene. The tension.
Yeah.
It's so iconic.
But what they can do is they can put callbacks to Helen Shivers in this chase scene, which is what they do. The float, complete with seashell.
The Croaker Queen float.
So good. And they
I'm a
get better.
whore for all the Helen callbacks. Give them all to me.
But anyway, she goes and hides under this float as the killer walks by. She hides Jill Roberts' star for a second there.
And it works for a second, but then he finds
Well,
her.
let's squeeze that one in. A Scream
That
4 reference. For those who know.
Jill Roberts, Emma Roberts. We love her.
Hell yeah. Should we make that theme of every episode? I
Some
shoot
more
one
than
in.
others. Some love her more than others.
I know
That's
that.
okay too.
You think? Who, Jill or Emma? Are we getting into that?
Both? No, we're
Let's
not,
move on.
because that's a long tangent.
Yeah, we're trying to cut back on the tangents. Okay. Let's just focus on the movies.
Okay, help me to focus, please, because yeah, the edibles are hitting.
Oh, you're
All right.
taking edibles? Okay, no, great. The second half of this podcast is going to cook. But yeah, she hides under this float. Killer walks by, but he gets her anyway. Well, he doesn't fully get her. He kind of gets her.
Well, he gets his hands on her, and just as he is about to unalive her, Teddy saves the day.
Yeah, he beats that killer's ass, to his credit.
To the point where the killer runs away, which leads me to believe
It's kind of cowardly.
I think I know who that killer was. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
yeah, it makes sense that they would run away in that situation. Sort of like in one of your favourite movies, The Strangers Chapter 1. Something
Oh
similar happens.
God, stop
Which,
that right
which,
now.
which I wasn't a fan of, but in this scene it works. I'll allow it. I'm not going to start on a stranger's hate train. Don't worry.
Strangers Chapter 2 coming soon. Anyways,
We will be watching. Unfortunately,
stop that.
but for now we're watching. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
So then we're back at Teddy's. Danica is in bed recovering.
She's done grieving pretty much for her previous fiance.
She is in the space of a day and a half.
Yeah, because they decide to get all snuggly under the covers.
So
And
Milo and Ava sleep together.
Ava's not sleeping alone either.
Teddy and Danica sleep together because, safety.
Yeah, but Teddy and Danica aren't having sex.
Well, she has a head injury from her encounter with the fisherman.
It's unethical of Teddy to do anything
Take
there.
advantage.
Yeah.
Milo and Ava, who are experiencing some sexual tension of their own before they decide to just give in. And
It's
then
valid.
Milo runs away
Yeah, because
like a little bitch.
she asks him to punish her and choke her.
Yeah,
He's like,
she
whoa.
wants to be punished and she wants to be choked.
And he needs a
And
breather after that, which,
vanilla ass Milo
I know.
runs away like a bitch.
Yeah, I can't relate
Come
to this
on.
guy, I'm afraid. I mean, it's a little bit of an awkward way that she puts it across, but like,
It's
I'd
not like
commit
she
to it more
wanted.
than he did.
It's not like she wanted to engage in hook play. Come on, dude.
A little choking wouldn't hurt you, Milo. Come on now. How old are you?
In 2025? Come on, Milo.
He's freaked out.
Rookie ass.
He's a little wild for him.
Milo then excuses himself to process how much of a little bitch he is. Let's cut the bullshit. He's being a little bitch.
And he heads off to his car to have a little thinking time.
While trying to psych himself out to choke his ex-girlfriend.
Could never be me.
He gets locked out of the house, and when he goes around the back to try and find an alternative way in, he gets got by the fisherman.
And he's the one that ends up getting choked. Oh, sweet irony.
I picked up on that too. I kind of like that. It's like, oh, you don't like choking, you little bitch?
How do you like choking now? Actually, I don't like it very much.
He
Anything,
gets
this
strangled.
is worse.
Right? He gets strangled, and then he gets his neck broken.
Yeah, which I'm kind of glad of. They didn't keep him around the whole movie, because that's where I thought they would have probably gone.
I'm kind of split on couples being
mutual survivors.
Separated in horror movies or being mutual survivors. I have to really like the couple to want them to both survive.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same wavelength as you on that. But I wouldn't say I like this couple. I like Ava.
Yeah, I like Ava. I wasn't invested in Milo. So
I think Ava and Donica, they're the good characters, and besides Ray and Julie, the rest of them are just kind of there. That's my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of my feeling too. Well, I like Teddy. Teddy's got some great moments too, but Danica is my favorite. She stole the show, and I did like Tyler more than you did, clearly. Once the deed is done, the killer then uses Milo's phone to text Ava that he is leaving because he needs some space.
What a troll. And he'll find that space in the back seat where he stays for a while.
Yes. Basically, the fisherman steals his car.
And we move on to the next day where they head out to the church.
They go to find Pastor Judah, and while they're at the church, Danica does some snooping and she finds pictures of the victim, Sam Cooper, with Judah. So we're
Yes.
connecting the dots a little bit. Judah's looking more and more guilty. Sam was driving his truck. We're not sure what's happening yet, but the movie is definitely trying to turn our suspicions towards Judah, which automatically tells me that 99.9% of the time it's a fake out.
Yeah, they really lay it on thick with how menacing he is. And even his assistant, Hannah, she's kind of in red herring territory briefly with the way that she behaves.
She's got a bit of a creep factor to her too.
They set them up to be suspicious, and I guess, like you say, it's a little too suspicious. You kind of know that it's not actually going to go there unless they're completely unimaginative, which fortunately they don't turn out to be. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but the route that they go, it's better than that.
It is. Ultimately, it
Controversial,
is.
but better.
Ava and Danica then decide to go to the police to report the fact that Judah and Sam were friends, or the fact that there's a link there.
Yeah, and the police chief's like, I'll speak to one of my officers. He acts like he's sort of buying into it and he's going to do something, but we've seen him already in this movie. We know he's not going to do anything useful.
What he does is he calls Teddy's dad, and Teddy's dad tells him that he needs to keep the girls there overnight. We're supposed to believe that they're rich, so I feel like at any time either one of them could call a lawyer.
My daddy's a lawyer. He'll have me out of here and he'll have your job. But they're not like that. They're not those kind of divas. But they probably should have been. It would have been justified. Because fuck these people.
Instead, they decide to chill out.
Yeah, let's just hang. I guess they're safe there.
And then we get Teddy at the gym.
Because he's preparing for the killer. He wants to be ready.
And then he takes a steam. And we get one of my favorite callbacks to the end of the first movie, where he gets close to the glass door. We see the words, "You're next,"
Which can only mean one
written in
thing.
the steam, that he's next.
I was going to say that it means that professional wrestler Bill Goldberg is the fisherman. Because that's what he says. You get it, don't you, Marianne? You like wrestling.
I don't, so I'll have to take your word for it. I have no idea.
Yeah, trust me. Goldberg's the killer. That was
Wrestling
the
is not
that
my
was the
thing.
that was the golden era, though.
The only reason I know anything about the golden era is that at the time I worked at a bar and I worked wrestling nights. So it was just, I felt like I was indoctrinated with it. But
Wrestling nights. Was this like a sports bar?
yeah, yeah, with big
And they had
screen
wrestling
TVs.
nights. You mean like for pay-per-views?
Yeah,
Okay. But Teddy's not wrestling, not yet anyway. And he doesn't
no,
get killed at the steam room or the gym. He actually makes it home.
he makes it home. The fisherman creeps up on him, but Teddy puts up a fight. Teddy grabs the fisherman and slams him roughly up against a wall. So I know who's in the fisherman's slicker. He puts up a really good fight, like maybe one of the better fights you'll see in horror. For somebody who does end up dying, somebody who doesn't survive a movie, this guy really gave it all he got.
Yeah, he beats him down, spits on him, but the
To be
damage is
fair,
done.
that's a bad idea because that's a taunt. And the fisherman is not dead. You spitting on him, you're just pissing him off. And that's exactly what happened.
Teddy's weakening, he's bleeding out a little bit, trying to get to his house, get attention.
He's crawling up to his house, much like the way you crawl.
Vile.
He's crawling towards his house. He's bleeding, got several injuries. The fisherman is using him as bait for the big fish,
Yeah.
his dad, who definitely has a big hand. in this accident.
Certainly in the cover up. Masterminds the cover up.
Dad comes out, gets a nice hook through the throat,
Yep.
and that's actually it was a really nice shot. Like you see it go in one side, and you see it under the skin, and then you see it come
Yeah,
out
it's
the
a
other
nice
side.
visual effect.
Really
Like
is.
a lot of the kills in this movie, I wouldn't say that they're bad, but they're not really grisly or gory kills, and the effects work isn't spectacular.
No.
But in that one scene, I think it's really good. And you kind of get what you wanted in Jaws, where the corrupt town official actually gets got. It didn't happen in Jaws, but it happens this week.
90% of the time, though, the douchebag in a horror movie does get it.
Hmm.
Jaws is really the exception,
Yeah, it's an outlier.
which is why it frustrates me so much. Like, you get this douchebag character, and they usually get the grisliest death, the worst death. And that's something that you kind of look forward to. And we got it here. He is not the throat goat.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Probably wasn't that good to begin with. Just an assumption.
Now we're back at the police station for my favorite scene of the entire movie. I don't know if you agree.
I think I do.
Danica is asleep. She's having a nightmare. She's in the former Shivers department store and she sees her fiance Wyatt's body on the ground bleeding. But there's somebody standing over him.
Yes.
I can't speak for you. I knew who it was right away
As
from
did I.
behind.
Yeah. Could
And
have led
and
anywhere.
to be fair, I did have that aspect spoiled for me, which
It's
can I just
unfortunate.
take this moment to say people who post spoilers suck ass, but people who post spoilers less than 24 hours after a movie has been released into theaters, there's a special place in hell for you.
Scummy.
So, yes, I did have this particular cameo spoiled for me.
Which is very unfortunate. Luckily for me, that didn't happen.
It is unfortunate, but being the stan that I am, I didn't care.
Yeah, it doesn't deplete the scene at all. Like, it's just a great scene.
It doesn't. And if anything, finding out that she was in this movie just made me want to see it even more. So didn't really ruin much for me. But from
But who is it?
behind, I could tell that it was our beloved croaker queen, Helen Shivers.
Hell yeah.
She's wearing a dress that looks exactly like the green dress that she died in, except it's white. And she turns around and it is confirmed. Helen Shivers confirmed. Oh my God.
Sarah
My
Michelle
jaw
Gellar's
dropped.
back. Yeah, it was it was so great to see that.
My
I
jaw
was
was on the
elated
floor.
because
And
for me, like obviously you got spoiled. I didn't, so all I knew about Helen Shivers being in this movie was a photograph and a gravestone.
see,
So
I
to
love
see her
that for
standing
you.
there, yeah, yeah. Like it's unfortunate that we both didn't get that experience, but just seeing her there in this movie is so great and unexpected, for me at least.
Unexpected, and I'm sure many people, I feel like this movie is going to be very controversial. That I know. Everybody
Hmm.
is going to be divided. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it, and that's fine. There's going to be a lot of debate.
But if you hate the scene, you're wrong.
Some people don't like fan service. Some people really don't like it. So I don't know how this is going to go down with the fandom. I know that Helen Shivers is beloved. I'm thinking that across the board, this will be a popular creative choice. But
Yeah,
there
I certainly
might,
hope so.
I hope so too. But there might be some people who don't appreciate the fan service who might look down on this. It was in the news that Jennifer Caton Robinson was trying to get Sarah Michelle Gellar to come back, and Sarah Michelle Gellar publicly said, "Helen is dead. She's dead. It's over." I feel like this was the best way to get her back. It didn't feel shoehorned in. It felt appropriate. It felt like a necessary scene. It felt like it fit. The fact that she appeared to Danica,
Yeah,
it was apt. They just nailed it.
for sure. But it's not a friendly appearance. She's kind of antagonistic to Danica.
I say that it was a friendly appearance
You think so?
and that she was serving cunt. Oh,
She was.
we love you, Helen. I'm about to cry just thinking about it.
We love Sarah Michelle Gellar, not just Helen.
We do. We love her. She
Sort of.
starts
She's
off
go on.
by saying that she was the croaker queen in And then she stops because she doesn't want to age herself. Relatable queen.
Real. I mean, you can
Very
age
real.
yourself if you want to, Marianne. How old are you?
I'm 41.
Older than me.
Yes, we know. Moving on. Are we going to do this every episode?
Well, where I say that you're older and you say that you're taller.
Oh, you said it, not me. Ah.
Confirmed. Not you
Ah.
tricking me.
I knew you were going to bring it up, so.
Ah.
I'm unbothered in my lane, moisturizing, etc. Then, when Danica tries to get a little bit cunty, Helen reminds her that she's the one holding the hook because she does indeed have a hook in her hand. And she's wearing her Croaker Queen crown.
She
Oh,
says, "Careful, sweetheart. I have a hook." Great line.
we were debating this earlier because you think it's careful, sweetheart, I have a hook, and I think it's careful, sweetheart, I have the hook.
We will know by the time this episode airs,
We will, because that's the quote we're ripping for the title.
and one of us will publicly embarrass the other. Right?
No,
Okay.
one of us will just be wrong. It's not that deep, dude.
We won't start a feud off of
Learn
this.
learn to handle being wrong. Hint hint. Nudge nudge.
It's, well, it's tough, you know. It's never happened to me before.
That is a tangent for another day. But she's reminding Danica that she's got the hook. She's in control. I don't think it's an unfriendly visit. I think Helen's being very pragmatic. She's telling her that her and her friends are getting what they deserve. I mean, it's not threatening, it's just a fact. And she even goes on to say, like we did.
The dream sequence, and they just went crazy with it. Helen's been alive this whole time, and now she's the crazy killer.
She was in witness protection, y'all.
Yeah. Now she's busted out of there, and she's killing these fucking kids. Because fuck them kids. There's only one Croaker Queen, and it's not Danica.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to get into Danica's slander. I love her. It's fine.
I love her too, but I want to see this movie all of a sudden. Somebody
No,
please make this movie. It has to be Sarah Michelle Gellar, though. I will accept no substitutes.
damn, you're asking a lot for a fan film now.
But she's alive and she's angry and she's out for revenge.
Yeah,
But no,
a lot
I
of
don't think
people's plan.
I don't think it was an unfriendly visit. She just kind of tells her like it is, what it is.
It gets a bit unfriendly at the end, though, don't you think? With that one visual.
I,
Let's get so monstery on her.
it's a great visual, but I don't know that I didn't feel like that had anything to do with Danica. Look,
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's just a wake up call. It's like the end of the nightmare, I guess.
Once she realizes that this is a dream, she's begging to wake up. And Helen does tell her something along the lines of like, are you sure? Because what's waiting for you out there is a lot worse than what's in here. Which feels like a warning. It doesn't feel like a threat. It just feels like you're in for a rough ride. Before blood starts dripping down her face from under her crown. And
She's
then
just
we
great.
have the end to the Helen Shivers cameo, the Sarah Michelle Gellar cameo, which made my life. Thank you.
Yeah, one of the best moments of the year for me.
God, yes. More Sarah Michelle Gellar in horror, please. I've been saying this for years and
She
nobody
barely
wants to
does horror
listen.
outside of a few projects from like the 2000s, and of course Buffy.
I
She
mean,
barely does it.
she's gonna be in Ready or Not too. I'm very excited for
Yeah, that's
that.
gonna be great. I'm ready for
And
that.
that's one I want to go in blind. I'm not gonna watch the trailer,
You want a full surprise? Get it?
and I don't want to glean anything from a trailer for this movie. And normally I don't care about trailers. I watch trailers, but this is one I want to go in completely blind. Please put Sarah Michelle Gellar in more horror. Everybody, everywhere, immediately.
All the horror. She's one of the big scream queens, even with a limited number of roles in actual movies. She's up there still.
She is.
Helen Shivers alone would be enough, I think,
Yes,
anyway. But
I
you
think
also
so
have
too.
Buffy. You have The Grudge.
Oh my God, The Grudge. We have Cece Cooper.
Oh, yeah, of
And
course, Scream 2.
it's not horror, but Catherine Mertoy, iconic role.
Cruel Intentions.
Yes.
See, I know things.
I know you do.
I'm not just a one-trick pony. It's not just horror movies. I'm an expert in everything.
We're not going to sit here and let you glaze yourself for 10 minutes.
I get it.
Danica finally wakes up, and unbeknownst to them, Teddy and his dad are dead. They don't know this yet,
They're
but
about
some
to.
low level police officer lets them go. And they run outside
Where a crowd has gathered.
where a crowd is gathered. They meet up with Stevie, and then they happen upon Teddy and his dad's bodies hanging up on the Southport boardwalk.
Yeah. Sort of like fish. And they smell pretty bad too.
They see Milo's car, and then they find Milo's body in the back seat.
And he's looking a little blue. He didn't
He's,
make it.
he didn't make it. R.I.P. Milo.
Nah. I mean, he was weak. If he'd have just committed, gone along with what Ava wanted, he might be alive right now.
All you have to do is choke her, and you would be alive for real.
Yeah. Yeah. And now you're the chokey, and you're dead. Well done. Didn't even get laid. You
We're
suck, Milo.
pro choking here.
Hell yeah. That's what we're all about here.
Yeah.
Asphyxiation.
So then they decide to hop aboard a boat and leave Southport,
With
as
Stevie at
one
the wheel.
does, with Stevie at the wheel. And simultaneously, the police arrive at the church to arrest Judah, but he's dead, predictably.
Yeah, he's been skewered in a praying position. With his eyes scooped out. It's another great visual.
A great visual. I'm not a fan of off-screen kills, though.
Oh,
When you show me a body and the makeup and the effects on the body are done really well, like, I want to see it happen. The corpse looked good in terms
yeah.
of what I imagine the death would have been.
Would have been a few cool visuals, and not just the one that we eventually get. I guess it makes sense in the sense that he's there to be a red herring, but we also know that that's not going to go in that direction. So to see him killed like that would have been pretty cool.
It would
I
have
mean,
been.
there's a couple of scenes that were apparently cut out that I would have liked to have seen, but that's just me.
I agree with you. So R.I.P. Judah. And that's
R.I.P.
when one of the officers sees a picture on the wall of Judah with Sam, our victim, and Stevie, of all people.
Dun dun dun. What does this mean, Marianne?
This means that we're on the boat, and Danica and Ava notice that the anchor has been dropped just in time for Stevie to reveal herself as the fisherman or fisherwoman. We have
Or
a
Fisher person?
fisherwoman!
A Fisher woman? That's a first for the franchise, right?
First for the franchise. I love it.
Ben's daughter. Wait, is her surname Stevie Ben's daughter? Is that her name?
I don't know her full name.
Daughter.
No, she's not related to Ben.
Yeah, it's a neat twist. I mean, hindsight's 2020, but I did, yeah, I did kind of see that it was going to be her. Like, the further you go through the movie, the less options you have available. She's she's
She was
sort
the
of
outsider.
yeah, she's sort of like in Scream 6, where I got the sense that Ethan was only there to be revealed as the Ghostface eventually. She's sort of in that sort of role for this movie.
I didn't feel that way. I just more felt that for me it was in hindsight too. I didn't see it coming. But then
Yeah.
once the reveal happened, I had to go back and I was like, you know what, this makes sense. That makes sense. We start out and she's the outsider in her friend group. There's some resentment there. So yeah, a little bit predictable maybe.
Yeah,
In
it's a little
hindsight.
predictable, but once, as you say, once you look back through the events of the movie and different things that had happened, the dynamic between the characters, it does make sense. It's not really phoned in that way. I mean, the reveal's not the best, but that's the modern slasher movie for you. They never are, and it's probably. Would you say it's a better reveal than the one we get later?
No.
You like the one we get later?
I'm conflicted still. I'm still conflicted. Look, I saw the movie less than 24 hours ago
Mm-hmm.
from recording this. You saw it today. We're the 19th of July. We're recording this on July 19th. You saw it today. I saw it yesterday.
It's raw,
It's very raw.
processing what happens.
I'm the second killer reveal, which we're going to get to in a minute. I'm still processing it. Yesterday I was more in the middle, and now I'm leaning, like, there's parts of it I don't like, there's reasons I don't like it, but there's more reasons I do like it. And I didn't see it coming. That is the number one. If you have a horror movie that is a whodunit and you don't want your audience to know who the killer is until the final moment, and your intention in that third act is to have people's jaws on the floor, well, mission fucking accomplished.
Yeah, in that sense, it's definitely a success, and it's kind of a rarity for a lot of newer slasher movies as well that it does at least have one surprising reveal.
I'll be honest, the last time I was left this gagged by a killer reveal was Sleepaway Camp.
All the way back to Sleepaway Camp. Oh yeah,
There's been nothing in between these two movies that has had me so, like, I can't think of a word. Like, literally, I have no words. This was me yesterday when I left the theater. My friend's asking me, like, what did you think? By the way, same friend that I went to see the original with in 1997. Same friend I went to see I Still
oh
Know
yeah,
What You Did Last Summer with.
continuity.
Yes. I went with her last night, and we walked out of the movie, and she asked me what I thought. And I was just like, I don't know. We're on our way to dinner, and I was like, we just need to go to the restaurant. I need food. I need a drink. I need to process my thoughts and my feelings. And I'm still processing. But isn't that the best kind of movie that, like, it leaves you thinking, it leaves you processing, even 24 hours later? It has a profound effect.
Yeah, it does. I guess I'm a little more conflicted. Maybe I wouldn't. I'm not.
But you're rawer than I am because you saw it more
Am I now?
recently. So maybe I need to ask you how you're feeling tomorrow.
Maybe. Maybe things will change. But
But
right now, I'm uncertain. But anyway, that's that's a few moments in the future for us to really discuss that because right now Stevie's revealed herself. She's having a little fight with. Is it Donica that she headbutts,
well,
or
no,
Donica
there's
headbutts
no,
her?
no, 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 no. You're skipping ahead. She's revealed herself, and then she reveals why.
We've got to get the motive. Can't just
That
say
well,
this
that's
is who
it.
she is.
Gotta
You're
have a
right.
motive.
You're the fisherman of this podcast, really, or the fisherwoman.
So we learned that she was dating Sam, the victim of this accident. Air quotes again. She was dating him, and the night that they were up there smoking the joint, watching the fireworks, she was not all that comfortable with her former friends, and she asked Sam to pick her up. But she didn't realize it was him until after the accident because he was in Judah's truck.
Damn. So it's really her fault.
So she's been plotting ever since, starting with killing the men that Danica and Ava love. And we get a nice little fight scene with her and Danica. And one of my favorite lines from the movie,
Yeah.
one of the funniest lines,
So good.
Stevie is like, it's so cunty, but it's perfection. Danica says that Stevie will pay for killing her fiance. And Stevie says, which one?
Gagged her a bit.
And you know what? I said it in the theater before Stevie said it. The second Danica rattled it off, I was like, which one?
Yeah, it's a great exchange mid fight.
There's only one response to Danica saying that.
A little clever
Because,
writing there.
like, you're racking up fiancés like infinity stones there, girl. Well, not
D-
anymore. They're all
D-
dead.
Donica is inevitable.
She is. We love Danica. But Stevie clocked her in that moment. That was just perfect. And that's when Ray arrives.
On his own little boat.
And
To save the day.
Ray arrives, and Stevie is holding the hook and in one hand and Danica in the other. And after a quick exchange,
He tries to reason with her.
he tries to reason with her. Doesn't go well.
Yeah, I don't think we covered this really, but Stevie does work in Ray's bar. We left that little part out.
Holy hell.
It's only episode 2. We can
We're
miss it. It's fine.
terrible. Oh my god, we're
We're
awful.
trash.
Yes.
Don't forget to rate us one
Ray
star.
owns a bar in Southport, and Stevie works there. But it's more than that. And you can tell throughout the movie that they're close.
Yeah, and there was a conversation where he talks about how he promised to look out for her.
He promised her dad. Who is her dad?
Search me.
Okay, no, honestly, like this is a huge fumble, and I'm gonna have anxiety about this. I hate that we forgot to bring this up. I didn't even.
Whoops.
You don't understand. Okay, like everybody, uh, making an episode about a new movie is just a little bit difficult because I can't take notes in a movie theater.
No.
I don't want to take notes. I want to enjoy the movie.
Good.
Well, yeah, and I can't have my phone out. I don't want to have my phone out. That's a dick move. So there's no way to take notes. And I have the memory of a goldfish. So apologies for this insane lapse. But yes, Stevie works for Ray. They're close. And there's a comment about he promised her dad he would look out for her. But we never learn who her dad is. We just learned that she was dating Sam, which we'll get into this in a minute, but there is a post-credits scene that leaves things kind of open-ended. I'm hoping we get into who Stevie's dad is. I'm
Yeah.
hoping there's something more there. And just when you think Ray has saved the day, Stevie buries her hook in Danica's chest and throws her overboard.
So that's Danica out.
R.I.P. Danica.
We hardly knew you. Well, we knew you for a while actually, but
We knew you for a while and we loved you.
R.I.P. Croaker Queen.
Yes, we've
Well,
lost another Croaker Queen. I'm not happy about this.
it's a cursed title.
It is.
That's why I've never been Croaker Queen. That's why I'm alive today.
And then after Stevie kills Danica, Ray shoots her and he throws her overboard.
But yeah. So Ray is the hero of the movie in the end.
He is the hero, and that's when he brings Ava back to Southport to his bar for safety reasons. He
Maybe,
wants to keep her safe.
maybe a few drinks. Who knows? See where the night takes us. They've been for a lot. Yeah.
They have been.
Don't do this, Ray. But yeah, a shot of whiskey would go down well after all of that.
Ava calls Julie from the bar to tell her about the ordeal and says she wonders how Stevie managed to do all of this alone. Dun dun dun.
I was going to do that, but I'm glad you did it this time.
Do you want to do it?
No,
You can do it too.
I did it earlier. This was your moment.
All right. That's when Julie has her epiphany. And I don't understand how this epiphany comes about.
She's just like looking at her screen.
She's looking at her computer and she sees a picture of Ray with Stevie. I don't know. I didn't really think it was a huge thing,
Hang on a
personally.
minute. Ray Benson.
Stop that.
There is no Ray Benson.
There is no Ben, and Ray doesn't have a son. Let's stop.
Stevie Rayson.
Stop it.
Stevie Ray Dodd.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she figures it out. She puts the puzzle pieces together.
But that's one thing. Another weak spot for me is I don't understand how she puts the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah, it just sort of clicks into place. Maybe we'll get it again on rewatch, but
Maybe,
it
but
didn't really land for me.
it's known that they're close.
Yeah,
So I don't really get. I don't get how she made the connection. It was a moment that could have been fleshed out more.
I guess the realization is that if Stevie was working with someone else to do this, Ray's a logical choice.
Well, that's true because she doesn't really have anybody in her life
Yeah,
outside
so
of.
I guess
All
in that
right.
sense that it makes sense, but it's kind of weakly done. But in any case, she figures out that Ray is the second killer, which is a big old twist.
A big twist that we're conflicted over.
Yeah, especially considering how Ray was in the first two movies. Kind of valiant character in those.
He's a valiant character, and like we
And
said
very pro
before,
Julie.
yeah, he was so completely in love with her. In the second movie, he robs somebody at gunpoint and travels into a hurricane to go and save a girl that went on vacation with another guy. So valiant is a very good word, I would say.
But not anymore, because shit's happened, he's changed.
Like I said earlier, I kind of felt like this movie was headed towards Julie's going to be in danger, Ray's going to save her,
A reconciliation.
reconciliation. I mean, that's usually how these things go. And I guess that would have been the predictable route. So kudos to Jen, Caton, Robinson for going the unpredictable route.
Yeah, that's one thing the movie has going for it. It's not a predictable arc that they have, and as controversial as it is also something different from the formula that we probably went in expecting.
And people are going to have strong opinions. I love that I didn't see it coming a mile away. I love that it's different, it's unique. You don't get very many sympathetic survivors turning into killers. My jaw was on the floor. They didn't get their happy ending. Okay, so what? There's things I would have liked to see, but I was very satisfied with what I got. And ultimately, I'm sad Ray's dead. He's a legacy character. But I say if you're going to kill a legacy character, this is how you do it.
Okay.
Like if I compare this to Dewey's death in Scream 5,
I thought you might go there.
no, but let's go there. I let's talk about Scream for a quick second because I don't want the smoke. But his death was so flaccid. It was awful.
Yeah, and it didn't really make sense
He was about to get on the elevator with Sam and Tara, but no, he's got to go back and check.
because you got to shoot them in the head, apparently, which isn't true.
No offense to Amber, I don't consider her one of the iconic ghost faces of the franchise. I don't dislike her. I maybe have a personal vendetta against her for being the one who killed Dewey. But again, I feel like if you're going to kill a legacy character, fucking make them go out in style. Make it something that people aren't expecting. Make it something iconic. And I think what they did with the end of this movie is 100% iconic versus Dewey dying, which,
It's
what
just
a
sad.
joke. It's sad. And like the way they did it was, he could have died doing something really cool. He could have died like defending somebody, protecting somebody else from dying. But no, they turned him into an alcoholic who's divorced from the love of his life and then dies the most pathetic death. I think what they did with Ray was iconic. I think everybody's going to be talking about it. The opinions are going to be split, but
You're leaning more towards the pro side.
even more
I'm on the
now that we've
fence.
reached the end of this recording.
Okay,
Like talking about everything over the last hour, like
maybe I'll get there.
you don't see legacy characters going out like this. It's
But Ray has a substantial role,
he does. He
substantial
has
death.
a substantial role, death, and contribution to the movie, and now the franchise.
Hell yeah. And I guess we should say that it's not just Julie that figures him out at this point. Ava sees that he's got like a cut on his arm, and she puts the pieces
Yeah,
together as well, simultaneously with Julie realizing and heading in their direction. She tries to get away from him, and again she puts up a good fight. Gets partially out of a window, but he drags her back
and he stabs her in the back
with a knife, and just
with
as
a
Julie
knife,
gets there,
just
she
as
comes
Julie gets
stumbling
there.
into the room. And for a moment, I thought that might be it for Ava, that we might have another twist where the final girl isn't a final girl.
I thought so too for a quick second. But then Ray comes in and Julie confronts him, and that's when we learn his reasons, his motive, which is that he's basically gone insane from his trauma and thought that what happened to them was being erased, and he wanted people to remember.
And he was also angry about the modern characters fucking up Stevie's life in a similar way.
We get that conversation about his motive, and then we get Jennifer Love Hewitt uttering her iconic line.
What are you waiting for? Huh? Hell yeah. Absolute cinema. And he's no longer on the pro Julie track whatsoever. He plans to
No,
set her up for this.
and this is my reconciliation dreams are dashed in this moment. I mean, probably a
Yeah,
few moments earlier, mind you,
it's
but
it's pretty much over there.
it's over for them. And just as he raises his hook to kill her, Ava shoots him in the back with a harpoon gun.
And says, gotcha. And then another great line, fuck the 4th of July.
Ava and Julie declare that they both hate the 4th of July.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have much use for it either, being British and Canadian. But like,
I know the Brits are probably salty about a lot of Independence Days, let's be real.
But there is a lot of them.
And most of them celebrate their independence from you.
I know.
I'm still waiting. And then we get Danica washing up on shore, alive. Yay, I'm so
Oh yeah,
happy. So
and
it's not R.I.P. Danica.
yeah, Danica is actually not just the Helen Shivers of this movie. She's the Chad Meeks Martin of this movie as well. Unkillable.
Oh,
Washes up alive and well. Coughs up a bit of salt water, but she deserves that look because we love Danica, and it's a great performance as well.
we do love Danica, and Madeline Klein did an amazing freaking job. And Danica and Ava are recuperating together in the hospital, or they're leaving the hospital, or they're going to get something to eat,
Because they're
anyways.
hungry. They don't remember the last time they ate.
And they're bonding. And Ava tells Danica that Stevie is still alive.
Yeah, that's the final twist. Like, should we kill her?
Well, that's not the final twist.
Well, that's the final pre-credits twist. But yeah, those final scenes, those final scenes are a little bit tacked on, in my opinion. I feel like it could have ended. The main movie could have ended with her washing up on shore, and that would have been fine. But that's just me. I'm miserable.
What do you think about the mid-credits scene?
The mid-credit scene, because we have a MCU moment in this horror movie.
You did watch it, right? Please tell me you stayed.
Um, I did watch it. Is that shocking? I guess I kind of had an inkling from the stuff that Brandy had said publicly that maybe that was coming. So yeah, I stuck around for that.
She did post some teases online. I feel like the director even alluded to it to a point where it didn't feel as surprising to me as the Helen Shivers cameo, but
Yeah, the director basically said that her fate would be addressed, and if you factor in the Brandy references as well, it was kind of evident that something was going to happen there.
which you should stick around if you haven't seen it yet. Stick around for the mid-credits scene because we see Carla at home watching the news and she's watching a report about Ray along with the reports that Stevie is still alive and at large. Just as Julie shows up at Carla's door with a note from a fisherman, which I'd like to know which one. Is it Ray? Did he send it before he got killed? Is it Stevie because she's still alive? Do we have a new fisherman? We don't know, but she got a note from a fisherman that says it's not over.
You know what I think?
What?
I think it's going to come full circle. It's going to be Ben Wilson. Will's son.
Oh my fucking god, no, stop.
Okay, no.
I can't do this
Not again.
anymore. Oh my fucking god.
The second Ben Wilson.
I can't. No, stop.
With two L's this time, though.
Fuck's sake.
But yeah, they basically say that they're going to do something about this.
Well, Carla asks who they're gonna go fuck up this time.
Hey,
So she's ready.
damn right she is.
But I want to know who sent this note. How many fishermen do we have out there?
It's a bit of fan service, a bit of a sequel tease. I liked it.
I liked it. I want to know who Stevie's dad is. I'm just hoping from the unanswered questions that we're going to get a second one and that we're going to get more answers. I'm just hoping that the loose ends are something that were done intentionally with the thought that everything is going to make sense
And that there will be
after
a
a second.
continuation. That they're not just loose ends.
I'm hoping they're planning for a sequel though. But
And
that's, I know what you did last
let's definitely
summer.
keep David Gordon Green out of this trilogy if it does happen. You know,
I trust Jennifer Caton Robinson. She did a great job. She wrote and directed this, and she's a super fan of the franchise. Which to
yeah.
me, to make a competent legacy sequel in the present day, you need to be a fan. When studios have too much control over creative input, that's when we get these versions that just feel so devoid of everything that's supposed to make them special. And that's what I love about this movie. I feel it watching this movie. I feel how much love she has for the franchise. And she
Yeah,
put that into this movie. Whether you like the ending or not, whether, you disagree with certain creative choices, she took a very thoughtful approach to this movie and it shows.
yeah. I think it's a solid movie overall. Good slasher, entertaining, some good kills, good characters. Or at least four good characters.
I love the characters. I was invested in most of them. And the ones that I wasn't, it's not a big deal because it's body count, right?
Yeah, the body count continues. It's the name of the podcast. That's what we're doing right now. I like the balance between Ava and Danica personally. I think you don't necessarily have one supersede the other, although it kind of starts out that way. Danica grows to be a bigger character than you'd necessarily expect her to be at the start, and not only does she get to be Helen Shivers in a sense, but she also gets to be the Helen Shivers that lives, which is nice. We didn't get that originally. I guess ultimately Danica's more my kind of a horror character.
She's just an instant icon. I love Ava for different reasons too. I love a final girl that we get to see having a sexual side. She has two sexual encounters, even though the second one was kind of a no go. I want to see more final girls like that.
And maybe will see more of them, those two specifically.
I gave it 4 stars, which is the same rating I have for the original. I like them both almost equally. The original will always edge out every other movie because of Helen Shivers and her chase scene. Nothing's ever going to beat that. So I
Yeah,
think like this is the highest compliment that I could pay the Legacy sequel. Like they're both 4 stars.
nice.
It would be second in my franchise ranking. I
Yeah,
really enjoyed it a lot. And it's not going to be for everybody.
yeah, I enjoyed it. For me, it's like you said, second to the original. 3 stars for me. I'm a bit more conflicted than you are, but I I definitely think it has a lot of rewatchability, and who knows, maybe when I rewatch it, I'll feel better about the Ray stuff. I'll see the vision more. Maybe that rating will creep up. For now, it's
Um
3 stars. It's a good movie, fun slasher movie. I recommend it.
I'm gonna ask you again tomorrow because I feel like giving you more time to marinate on it might. I feel like I was where you are is where I was 12 hours ago. There's like a progression to the aftershock of seeing this movie.
Maybe I'll finally have some character growth.
It's a journey processing all the feelings that one has watching this movie, both good and bad, and definitely best killer reveal of the entire franchise.
You think so?
Yeah, not the best movie, but Ray's killer reveal, 100% best of the franchise.
Okay. I wonder if that would be a controversial take there.
I love the first movie. The first movie is iconic. But the old man fisherman, wah wah. Who cares? I've never seen you before. We know how you're related and to like we know how you fit into the story, but like you're just an old dude. My jaw didn't drop when I saw his face. Part
But you,
2,
your jaw did
Benson.
drop when you realised that Will was Ben's son.
No, it didn't. That was comedy. Come on. That
Okay,
was
but
fucking horror comedy.
what about Ben's comeback in the sequel? Was that good? Hi, Dad.
It was whatever. Look, the studio wanted money and they
Okay.
churned out a sequel that I don't hate, but it doesn't match the original. There's characters in it that are memorable. I absolutely adore Nancy.
Of course, yeah. That's for the third movie. Fuck that movie.
Yes, I
I
really
don't
don't
even
like it.
remember what the killer's supposed to be in that one. Like, is he some supernatural fisherman or is it an actual person? Who cares?
I've compartmentalized it.
Yeah, it's trash. It's like one of those movies that's not really worth remembering, and I certainly
It's
don't remember it, and I certainly won't revisit it anytime soon. But the first two movies, and this movie too, I think very rewatchable. Not the greatest slashes for me, but enjoyable, and there's rewatch value here.
they're definitely high up on my list. Like these are the movies I grew up with. The first movies I was old enough to go and see in theaters. So, the Screams, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, all that late 90s, early 2000s stuff. That was my generation. They're so nostalgic for me. And I think that's part of what makes them special. They're not my favorite. I do prefer 80s horror.
I have heard that.
They're fun popcorn movies. It's not the horror franchise or horror movie that changed my life, but it's very special to me.
Oh yeah. So that's I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025.
And yes, best killer reveal of the franchise. I'm going on record saying it.
Okay. What a way to go out.
Are we going out? Oh my god, we've been talking about this for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Well, it's a new movie. Lots to talk about. I think it's justified that we prattled on a little bit. But now it's over. Now it's time to say goodbye.
And what that means, dear listeners, is that we will see you next Tuesday.
Nailed it. You nailed it.